Hi, I'm Foxazomos, and in this video, I'll be explaining Duck Life Adventures. It's a fan-made Duck Life series on YouTube made by Chuff, formerly known as Chufferny, and me and Chuff go way back. Let me tell you a quick story. So a few years ago, I joined Chuff's Discord server and got in contact with him. I wanted to do a little collab. I was gonna make a video on his series, and he would help me out. I told him to make a script explaining the Duck Life Adventures, which he would then send to me, and I would make the video. That's what we agreed on. But I remember Chuff really took his time with the script. Maybe he was busy with other stuff, or he just wanted to make sure it was perfect. One day while he was still making it, he sent me a little screenshot, and the script seemed pretty long and a lot more detailed than I expected. So as more time passed, I kinda lost interest and started working on a different video. I didn't think Chuff would actually finish the script, but he did. And he sent it to me, but I didn't want to make the video anymore. So what did I do? I straight up ghosted him, didn't even reply or anything. And even though that was a really long time ago, I kinda feel bad, so I decided to make this video to make up for that. And also I genuinely just wanted to make a video in his series. Chuff, if you're watching this, sorry I ghosted you like 3 or 4 years ago. Also, before I uploaded this video, I sent it to Chuff himself so he can tell me how accurately I explained his series. Here's what he said. Just in case any of you don't know what Duck Life is, I'll tell you real quick. It's a very OG flash game series that me and many others played in our childhoods. It's about ducks and racing, though the modern Unity games offer much more than that. There are 9 games so far, and you should check them out if you haven't. The fan-made series Duck Life Adventures has 3 seasons. In total, there are 39 episodes, and the episodes vary in length. Could be a minute and a half, or it could be 4 minutes. So let's get started. The first episode of Season 1 came out on July 16th, 2018. The story starts with these 2 ducks, Fernando and Ivan. Ivan invited Fernando to his barn house, but then Fernando spills his soda on the TV and the whole barn burns down. So their dad, let's call him Mr. Bird, starts building a new one. After 2 weeks of working, the 3 of them have built a new barn, so they decide to go on a little vacation to Switzerland. They go to the airport, hop on the plane, and after some time, they arrive in Switzerland. They sleep in their hotel room, and then the next day, Mr. Bird takes Ivan and Fernando to the Alps to meet their cousins, Ernesto, Adhara, and Leonardo. And that's Mr. Bird's brother. Let's call him Mr. Duck. The kids go outside, but then they all suddenly fall through the snowy ground and end up in the catacombs. A mummy starts chasing them. Mr. Bird and Mr. Duck see the hole where the kids fell through and jump in to look for them. The kids found 2 fugitive ducks that have been trapped in the catacombs for months, and then the mummy shows up. But it turns out he's just wearing a costume and has also been lost with the other 2 ducks. Their names are Joe, Bello, and Ducky. So all 8 of them start looking for the exit together. Joe finds a button and presses it. Some stairs show up, so everybody goes up the stairs. They end up in the basement of Mr. Duck's house. Mr. Duck and Mr. Bird found the staircase and also entered the basement and found all the kids. They close off the catacombs and leave the basement. After this incident, Mr. Duck and the cousins decided they're gonna move to a new location. So they join Mr. Bird, Ivan, and Fernando on their flight back home to the farm. And the 3 fugitive ducks also join them. When they all arrive on the farm, Ivan, Fernando, and Mr. Bird go in their new barn, while the cousins and the fugitive ducks decide to make their own barns. So now, the farm has upgraded to 3 barns, and they're all barmaids and get to have sleepovers and stuff, and it's so cool. After some time, it's Duck Independence Day, so Mr. Duck and Mr. Bird take their kids to the city, where Mr. Duck introduces us to another cousin, Adrian. He's part of the gang now. The next day, Mr. Duck and Mr. Bird take the kids to the space station because that's Mr. Bird's job, he works here. And today, he took everybody with him, I guess. So they all go to space and land on the moon. And that's where Season 1 ends. The first episode of Season 2 came out on November 30th, 2018. After Season 1, Fernando's name was changed to Armando, just so you know. Mr. Bird is working at the space station, while Mr. Duck and all the kids are on the moon. Mr. Duck says that they can also go to other planets, but their ship is damaged, so they find a robot, fart in his face, and take his ship, which they use to travel to Mars. On Mars, they see this big ship on a mountain, so they start climbing it. After a few hours, they reach the top and fly away with the ship, but while they're flying through space, they get sucked into some kind of wormhole which takes them to another planet, Jungle Terra. They walk around a bit looking for some food when suddenly a much smaller wormhole appears and takes them all to a frozen planet. They explore it and find a free ship, so they use it to fly to another planet, Pyro. Here, they meet Greenie, just a green duck. The volcano on the planet explodes, so the ducks obviously fly away, and Greenie joins them. They fly past all the planets they were on just now and finally manage to get back to Duckland, which is Earth. But when they arrive, a bigger ship shows up and threatens them, so they nuke it and land on the space station on Earth. After this wacky space adventure, things return to normal for a little while, until one day when the kids and the dads are outside and some kind of alien duck shows up and captures the ducks, except for Ivan and Armando. Ivan and Armando use Mr. Bird's car to escape, and they took the 3 fugitive ducks with them while driving to the space station. When they arrive, they hop on a small ship and fly into the alien duck ship, where they find all their captured duck friends. Some policemen threw bombs at the alien duck ship, which allowed our team to escape with their smaller ship. They throw some more bombs and the policemen do the same, until the alien duck flies away. So our team lands back in the farm and everything is alright. And that's the ending of Season 2. The first episode of Season 3 came out on July 15th, 2019. The season starts off with a road trip. Mr. Duck and Mr. Bird take all their kids to Duck Park and then London, and Greenie also came along, so they all hop in the camper van, but while they're driving, Greenie gets really dramatic and leaves, so Armando goes after him. Greenie thinks that everybody hates him because he's an alien duck, so Armando reassures him and Greenie isn't upset anymore. They try to find their way back to the camper van, but they end up getting lost in London. They climb the big clock tower to look for the camper van, and when they see it, they fly to it, and the road trip continues. The next day, Mr. Duck, Leonardo, and Ernesto are watching the news, and on the news, they're talking about destroying an igloo to build a shopping mall. That's Mr. Duck and the cousins' old home. Mr. Duck gets really pissed, so he goes to the space station with Leonardo and Ernesto. They use the ship from when they were fighting the alien duck to fly to the town of the Alps. They use the spaceship's technology to straight up grab the igloo, and somehow the catacombs are attached to the igloo, so Mr. Duck brings the igloo and the catacombs to the farm, and everybody just uses the catacombs to party. Sometime later, Armando is just chilling when he gets a call from Nestor, a friend who lives on a volcano, so Armando visits him and they hang out a little bit, until the volcano starts erupting, so Armando and his friend leave with a hot air balloon. And there's also this bird or pigeon, and he also flies to the farm with his treehouse. Greenie says he installed some kind of security system and goes to the store with Armando and Ivan to get some parts, when all of a sudden the 3 barns, the treehouse, the hot air balloon, the igloo and the catacombs just start flying upwards. And out of nowhere, this red duck named Izzy shows up and starts talking about some error 4503 in the security system that made everything float. I think Izzy was hired by Greenie to install the security systems or something. After a while, everything lands on different locations, so Armando finds them all and says the security password, which sends the barns back to the farm, except for the treehouse, which landed on Mars. So Armando and Greenie use this UFO, which just shows up out of nowhere, and use it to fly to Mars. And so we finally get to meet this pigeon guy, Ruben. Armando says the password and the treehouse flies back to the farm. After a few days, Armando, Ruben, Nestor, and Leonardo go on an adventure to the dam, which is that place that has pipes and stores water and all that. They explore the place, go through some pipes and all that, until Ruben pushes Armando as a joke, but then Armando slides through some pipes and ends up in the sewers. So Leonardo, Ruben, and Nestor go after him to save him. They all wander through the sewers until they eventually manage to find the exit. After some time, Ivan and Armando are walking outside when they get hungry, so they go to the local pizzeria, but Ivan is scared because he thinks the pizzeria is haunted. They go in and it turns out that it is haunted, and then they get jump scared by this guy, Pinhead. They manage to escape him, but then another animatronic starts chasing them, so they escape out of the pizzeria. The next episode starts off with King Duck, the king of Duckland, I'm guessing. An Agent Duck shows up and says that something is wrong with the dam, so he shows the King Duck some security footage, and King Duck sees how Ruben accidentally pushed Armando too hard and gets really pissed. He calls King Pigeon and demands that he pays $10,000 to Armando's family. The Pigeon King refuses, so King Duck declares war. Both kings send a bunch of troops to Quacky Plains and the war starts. Turns out, Quacky Plains is where our farm is located. So now, there's a war at Armando and all the other characters' home. Ruben's treehouse gets bombed, which sends Ruben, Armando, and the treehouse to the dam. Armando says the security password, which sends the treehouse flying back to the farm. Or Quacky Plains. It doesn't matter, it's the same place. Ruben and Armando arrive at the farm where the war is still going on, and the two kings are really going at it, so Ruben and Armando intervene. Armando tells everyone that he's okay and that he didn't even get hurt from when Ruben accidentally pushed him, so the two kings stop fighting and the war ends. The next day, Armando and Izzy are in class when Izzy gets really pissed because he doesn't like Windows 8.1 because it's too slow. So he throws the computer at the teacher, gets sent to the principal's office, and gets suspended for a really long time. And this makes Izzy even angrier. She wants to get revenge by downgrading all the school computers to Windows Vista. So she goes to the Windows store where her twin brother gives her a copy of Windows Vista. Izzy sneaks back into the school and starts downgrading one of the computers, but then the computer crashes because of a fatal error and starts executing glitch.exe. The glitch starts spreading everywhere, and fast. Armando is in school and sees the glitch, so he runs to the haunted pizzeria where P-Nig greets him. Don't worry, he's chill. You know that security system Greeny hired Izzy to install?
Actually, it turns out I was wrong. Greeny was the one who installed the security system. Izzy was just there because her twin brother told her to go steal the technology of the security system.
The one that makes your house fly away if you say the password? Well, Armando installs it into P-Nig's pizzeria to save all the animatronics from the glitch. The pizzeria flies to the farm/Quacky Plains. Armando tells Greeny to activate the whole security system and squish everything together. So everybody fly away into space with their homes to escape the glitch, but the glitch starts following them in space. Luckily, Greeny manages to figure out what's going on. The glitch was caused by someone downgrading a computer with a pirated version of Windows Vista. The computer broke and the glitch spread. In order to stop the glitch, they have to enter it and destroy the computer. And apparently entering the glitch won't kill you? Armando figures out that Izzy caused the glitch because she's the only one that likes Windows Vista. But it's not actually Izzy's fault. It was her twin brother who sold her the pirated version of Windows Vista. Armando, Ivan, and Greeny hop in the hot air balloon and fly into the glitch. Inside the glitch, the hot air balloon breaks and they land on some kind of platform, which turns out to be the dam. They slide through some pipes and end up at the dog store, which is empty because it was raided. But luckily, there's one hot air balloon box left. Armando opens it and they got a new hot air balloon. They attach the other two pieces of the previous hot air balloon to it and continue flying. Greeny installed some kind of system that sucks in ducks and traps them in, so they're saving a bunch of ducks as they're flying through the glitch. Eventually, they land on another platform. They find the school and enter it. They find the computer and start debating on how to destroy it. A liquid would probably get the job done. Something like a soda? Ivan hates sodas because a soda burned down his barn once, so he goes to wait in the hot air balloon while Armando and Greeny destroy the computer with the soda. A fire starts, so Armando and Greeny run back to the hot air balloon and run away, and the glitch starts disappearing. When the glitch is gone, the barns, the treehouse, the igloo, the catacombs, and the pizzeria, the hot air balloon, land back at the farm. All the ducks are safe and the glitch is gone, so to celebrate, they all start a party in the catacombs. And that's the end. But wait! Bonus! In front of the school are standing Izzy and Yizzy, and then the third twin shows up, Yiz. The principal explains to Yiz what Izzy and Yizzy did. Yiz becomes furious and grounds Izzy and Yizzy for a long time, and that is the end of Season 3. And Season 3 is where the story of Duck Life Adventures ends. There was gonna be a 4th season, which would be the final season, but it ended up getting cancelled. Well, Season 4 does exist, but it only has one episode, and that's it. I'm not gonna explain it because I think the ending of Season 3 should count as the end of Duck Life Adventures, since Season 4 is cancelled. So there you have it, Duck Life Adventures Explained. I'd like to say thanks to Chuff for giving me permission to make this video. I had a really fun time making it, so thank you for letting me make it. Watching your series was also pretty fun. Everybody, make sure you go check out Chuff's channel and all his stuff. Link is in the description. And don't forget to subscribe. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.